Yo, welcome to the Not So Slick Opinion podcast, boys and girls. What's good? I'm your boy Slick Rick. That's me. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been a great day. I can't, I just can't seem to have anything negative to say. Um, but you know, the only thing I do have a problem with is the weather. This weather, man, California weather. It's crazy. It's hot. It's that summer heat. But you know what? Go out there, get your tan, sweat a little. Don't even worry about it. It's all good. Your boy's been reading a lot, man. I've been using up my free time. Um, let me get into it. Uh, I went back to work this week after damn near, I want to say 4 months, man. 4 months I haven't been back to work, so um, it was crazy, man. Obviously, I wasn't in the usual department that I was in, because I work in childcare. But, you know, being at my job for 4 years, well, it's coming up on 4 years next week. But, man, I will take any work that they give me. You know what I mean? So I do work at a gym, at a fitness center, wellness center. So, um, we deal with childcare, we have a fitness gym, we have a swimming pool, basketball court, we have all that, you know what I mean? It's pretty dope. We have classes, high classes, whatever you want, whatever a gym has, we usually have. You know what I mean? So when we shut down in March, it was crazy, man. It was just unexpected because of COVID. So, you know, 4 long months. Uh, in June, they started reaching out to us saying if we wanted to go back to work. I was a little hesitant, but I got some advice from people around me, and I ended up deciding that hey, it's better to go to work. You know what I mean? And two, the work ethic in me, my work ethic is so. I highly regard my own work ethic. You know what I mean? Because I feel the work ethic throughout the years, it's been just constant improving, improving, improving. So I've been bored at the house. Super bored in the house. You know what I mean? Um, I did enjoy it for like the first month, even 2 months. I enjoyed it. That third month, I was just kind of not panicking, but being very anxious to go back to work. So um, it was crazy, man. Very crazy. Uh, so I did some training 2 weeks ago. That seemed a bit sketchy. It was like super sketchy. Um, and, you know, I was asking more questions than I usually do, because I usually just intake all the information. Um, but I started asking more questions. I asked those skeptical questions that someone would ask, and I felt good after every training, because you know it wasn't just to be a smart ass or it wasn't just to be a jerk, but like I'm very skeptical of going back also. And I'm trying to bring up scenarios where, you know, because I know me, I have some crazy luck at times. You know what I mean? So, I mean, sometimes I just got to think, well, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? So I went back to work. Uh, I ended up getting a position in the weight room, which is pretty cool because I love working out. I love just the environment of the weight room. So, I got that morning shift and seeing members come in, it was crazy. I mean, the members were happy. Everybody was all good. You know what I mean? Monday, everybody was good. We got a little swamped We had like 5 people in the gym, which is a lot, but due to circumstances where you have to social distance, you know, it's a bit difficult. You know what I mean? And just based on that, it was rough. You know, um, because having to remind people, hey, you need to wear your mask. You need to wear your gloves, which is hard, man. Wearing gloves and a mask while you're working out, especially on the treadmill, the bike, lifting weights, is difficult. Some people were just happy to be there, which is cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, hey, I'm happy to be there too. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, work was pretty dope. When I got off of work, I got off around 12:30, 12:45. You know, my brother sent me a message saying, "Hey, Governor Newsom shutting down all fitness gyms," and I was just like, "What? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't get it." But by 4 p.m., I was getting word from my job that, hey, we're not opening. And it's like, man, we just came back for one day and that's it. You know, um, I did let it get to me, and my frustrations got the best of me, man. I wasted a lot of energy on being negative, because I was just thinking, why? Like, why can't we just stay open? Why can't our governor just get everything in order? You know what I mean? And just be like, hey, we're gonna ride this through. But also, people aren't wearing masks. People are being careless out there. So um, it's crazy. On that note, wear your freaking mask, because I'm always wearing a mask. I hate it. I hate wearing a mask. Do I? Because it's got my logo on there. I'm with it. Tennessee Titans. Let's go. Um, but wear a mask. It's not hard. All right. You're gonna protect yourself and you're protecting everybody else. Because if you haven't gotten tested, like I haven't gotten tested, I don't know if I'm over there, spraying. I don't know if I have no symptoms. I may be asymptomatic. I don't know. Most people are, so I let the I let those frustrations get the best of me, and I ended up doing a workout, and I felt better. Got some grocery shopping in, um, and throughout the night, I was just thinking, you know what, it's gonna happen. I have no control of what's going on in the world. I just have what control I have over my life and what I do, you know, around me. So with that being said, man, that those frustrations, I wish I could have those back because I wasted all that negative energy. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, don't let frustrations get the best of you. You know, um, I remember growing up, I used to be irritated easily. I was always irritated by, the actions of my brothers or by people around me, friends in school. Like I was just like I got people got on my nerves easily. You know what I mean? So, um, try to control your feelings to a certain extent, because if you explode and you lash out on somebody, minutes later, even seconds later, you instantly feel regretful. You know what I mean? Or maybe somebody exploded on you and you were just thinking, why'd they do that to me? You know what I mean? Like everybody's been on both sides of that situation. I know I have. I have I used to have a pretty bad temper. I still might, but you know, I'm learning as I'm getting older to control all of that. You know what I mean? So, um, do your best. I know I've been reading a lot lately. I've been reading, you know, a lot of self-help books. I've been reading, even some historical books about um, Native Americans and stuff, and just realizing that, reading actually helps me calm down. I'm not saying it's gonna help you, but you can try. You know what I mean? Um, so do what you can. Take a deep breath. You know, um, go for a walk, go for a run, lift some weights, exercise. For me, if I'm ever frustrated, I always feel like if I do some kind of exercise or like I always have to go on a bike ride. You know what I mean? Like my bike rides are so therapeutical. You know what I mean? And it just takes my mind off a lot of things. And it's weird, because I hear that from a lot of people that like to run or they like to jog. They like to, get out. And when you're out there, it's only you and your mind. That's all it is. So um, try to do your best to not regret your actions because it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it because you could be hurting somebody next to you. You could be hurting your friends, your loved ones. You know what I mean? Everybody has feelings. You know what I mean? So let's control what we control. Don't blow up on people. You know, like it's not worth it. You know. So believe me, your boy Slick Rick. I am a different person from even a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You name all these years, totally different. Um, you can blame, the wisdom I'm gaining as I'm getting older. I'm getting freaking old, 31 years old, man. I'm getting freaking old. So I'm starting to take a step back to every situation, every day actually, and I just gotta look forward. Like, okay, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna step into this situation cautiously and then do the best I can to be positive. Like my homie Waldo, man. Shout out to Waldo if you watch this. He says you gotta stay positive. Because I told him I lost my job again. I got furloughed again. Just stay positive, man. And that's the one thing people don't do. They don't stay positive. They'll be positive, but there's only a certain amount of people who will be positive for this amount of time, and then it's gone. So positivity is what helps every situation, even if it's the worst situation. You know, uh, I remember being homeless when I was 17 for a short amount of time, and I don't remember being negative. Because it made me appreciate what I had before. You know what I mean? So um, that's how I took it, and you know that's all you can do. You know what I mean? So um, try to stay positive. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Whether it's a long tunnel of frustration and misery, or if it's just a little glimpse of darkness, stay positive. That's it. Stay positive. You know, you always see these celebrities and all these famous people. Some of them are very just humble, very humble. You know, because they know there's people that are on the opposite end of where they're at, that are struggling, that are, making ends meet, barely, barely making ends meet. And it's crazy because some of those actors and famous people and, entrepreneurs, they know they have it, but they always keep that poor man mentality. You gotta stay humble. You gotta be appreciative of what you have. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's crazy, crazy. So we'll see how it goes. Um, with the whole positivity, I know with this whole COVID and all this stuff, people. I met a lot of negative people. Even like family members. I've noticed they have a bad thing to say, but you just gotta reassure them that it's everything's gonna be good. You know what I mean? Everything's gonna be okay. In the famous words of Bob Marley's song, everything's gonna be all right. That's it. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, so I have a homie that's gonna be joining me through voice. What's up, my boy? What's good? Nothing much, man. Chilling, doing this podcast. You know what I mean? It's been a while. You know what I mean? So yeah, a lot of shit has happened, man. A lot of shit has happened. So what's new, man? Like, what's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. And they actually have people fucking going. They have the cops going around. Like the little, not even a full cop, but like the fucking rent a cop from the cities. You know what I mean? They're having like down here they have them come scan your license plate, and if your shit's not registered, dude, they put a fat ticket on you. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Well, see, they did it up until I want to say like May, like the end of May or so. Yeah, dude. So I mean, everybody at this house has all this shit registered, so we're good. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh shit. Oh, you haven't gotten that shit yet? Damn, that's crazy. I know I waited like about a month for my unemployment to kick in, and then yeah, but then they back paid me all kinds of money, so it was like I was living comfortably. You know what I mean? Still am, but just got a budget. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah, I do my date. That's what they do. Even if you do it online, I just like I put all those papers in the drawer just in case. You know what I mean? Because you just want to like keep your paper trails. solid. You know what I mean? But
Like I don't know, I guess some weird shit with mine. It's like they said that they said like I filled out online like a certain week,
uh-huh.
and they sent me a mail copy of that same week. And then when I went to go do it again the next week, the other 2 weeks or whatever, they try to like they stalled my shit because they're like, oh, yep, we mailed you a claim form. You have to fill it out through mail to verify that it's you or some shit or whatever. And then I could keep going online, but they never sent me like for that week. That one that they sent me before was like for that first 2 weeks. So that
Oh,
shit was
okay.
weird. I was like, when I sent it in, I still sent it in because I'm like, man, they're just waiting on me to fucking just send this shit. So
Yeah.
I put that shit in the fucking mail and shit, and like I don't know, like online I looked up again, it's like it's a duplicate, but then the other week, like it's like they fucking paid me for this shit. Like it's like what the fuck I didn't even do that one for that one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, whatever, it's not my like I'm not gonna see that until that shit down. Like they fucked up, they fucked up.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy because maybe it's just like a different county. Cause out here, when they sent me that form, the first thing I did was I went and bought some stamps and then some envelopes. You know what I mean? Cause I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to mail this shit in. But then my coworker was like, hey, you should probably try to do it online. And I was like, what? They have that shit online? And
Yeah, that's
literally, yeah, but literally they like I got the debit card and all that shit. I don't know if you had that, but
I did for a while, but my shit fucked up because of my disability and shit. Like I must have fucking put my extra name in it, and so I did like in my unemployment I just had one name, one last name.
oh shit,
And when I did my disability, I guess I used both my names, and I forgot about that shit. I should just used like I don't know why
yeah.
I was just trying to like be like not so suspicious or some shit. Try to like do it
Don't be
correct. But
suspicious, fool. Hey, stop being suspicious.
I even before like, I wasn't even putting my full name and shit. So it's like that shit was acceptable everywhere until
Yeah,
my people were like, or my license. That's how it is. It's like my full name and shit. So that's why it's kind of confusing and shit. Because then like Social Security is just like one name and shit. So
yeah. Hey,
it's like I
the
don't.
hey man, that's the struggle of being Mexican. Some Mexicans have fucking three different names, and if you don't put one of those, you don't even exist, man. That's the thing.
Uh,
That's the thing that sucks, man. Like, with me, I don't have a middle name, but I'm a junior. So if I have to make sure like my checks that I used to get for work, they would actually have the junior on them. You know what I mean? Because one time at McDonald's, I worked at McDonald's and they only had it Enrique Medina, and then they didn't have the junior part. And my ID, I would go cash it at Walmart. They'd be like, "Well, who? It doesn't say junior on here. We can't cash it." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, this is stupid. Like, it's just me." I'm like, if you look up the other Enrique Medina, my dad, that fool's in Mexico. He has no citizenship out here. You know what I mean? So it's like, just give me my motherfucking money. They make it complicated, but yeah, you gotta be careful with that shit. But
yeah,
it's understandable. You know what I mean? Like they're just doing their jobs and shit. But fuck, still, man.
it was just like, oh no, I just like, I didn't really think about that shit because I hadn't really done that shit in a while. Unemployment because I was just working till like, I had a little bit of unemployment left at that time.
Yeah.
But I didn't have enough, so I just kept like, like they paid me out for like 1 week or 2 weeks or some shit.
Oh, okay.
And then I had to start working again and shit. So I just kept
Yeah.
just trying to find work and shit. It was like whatever, it wasn't really too bad until fucking they actually finally sent that shit in. Like, it was just like, oh, alright, fuck. That
Yeah.
shit was shit, but it took I seriously like 3 months, dude. Because I applied for that shit like in February. Because that's when my shit ran out. My
Oh
disability
shit. Okay.
ran out for my shit. So but I didn't know that shit happened. I'm like, oh. Like, because it wasn't like actual like permanent disability. It's just like like fucking hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I got that shit for a little bit, but like they're paying me like a good amount. And so they're like, oh, because I didn't work that much the previous year. Like I did a lot of side work, so I didn't really fucking, you know, a lot of cash jobs. So it was just like, like, oh fuck. I had to think back on where I really worked and shit. But
So since you're on disability, does that affect your unemployment? Because technically you can't work because you're on disability, right?
yeah, no, it's just like usually it gives you more money, but I guess it depends.
Oh, they probably just cut that shit like maybe halfways or a certain percentage, huh?
Like, well, it's because of the coronavirus shit. Like, they're giving out a lot more money. Like, they're giving you.
Oh, well, they're giving you an extra $600.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear to you, like, depends. I think it depends on your income, because like if you're like less income, they give you like $1,000, dude.
Nah, dude. Hey, it's California law. They're giving everybody $600. So you need to like look at that shit, cause I'm getting an extra 600. My brother's getting an extra 600. My coworkers are all getting extra 600.
Well, like, does it appear? Okay, like, does it appear in your shit like benefit amount, right? And it says like the amount they're supposed to pay you, right? But then when you get the check, it's more than that, and it says on there, it's like your global pandemic compensation has been added to this or whatever.
See, on my statement, it doesn't even say anything. It just says unemployment benefit, and it says paid amount for this week, and it'll give me the 200 something per week, and it'll say California federal something, and then it'll say $600. Because California, the governor is giving out $600 for everybody, um,
Because on my
because of
shit,
the
that's what it
pandemic.
says. On my shit, it says that because like it says like I'm only supposed to earn like a little bit, right? Like they're a little bit around because I didn't work that much, so they're just giving me like shit money. But because of the whole pandemic thing, they're giving me like a whole lot more and shit. Like,
Well, yeah, for the pandemic, they're supposed to give you $600 extra.
but it says it on there on mine, like because I do it online, so they just mail me the like I guess what you call it, just for the records and shit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, like your check stub.
But you can, actually, you know why? Because I get a check, like, because I told you, like, I had the card, but they fucking stopped that shit because they thought it was like fraud or something. Something was going
Oh,
on.
okay.
But fucking, it was me. But I guess like now they changed it to like what I had with the disability shit. So now they're gonna make it like with my full name and shit like that.
Oh, okay. And I just forgot too, like maybe you're not getting enough because of your disability. Because since you're already getting that paid amount for the disability, maybe you don't qualify for that $600.
No. Well, actually, if you have disability, oh, you know what? Maybe that's it. Because I had like heard that when you have a disability, they pay you more because you have disability and then plus the pandemic and stuff.
Yeah.
They automatically give you that amount, like that $1,200 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That Trump money.
Oh, the stimulus, yeah.
But I think for the I don't know how much it is, but like people have been like getting a lot of shit. Like I know people have been getting like $1,000 or more, like on their shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, I didn't believe in shit because it was like someone's like, oh yeah, he's getting like $1,200 and shit every for his shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, no, people get more than 1,000 like for 2 weeks and shit.
Yeah.
Like 900. Like, yeah, it's not bad. Like I mean, it's like I didn't really work too, so it's like I'm getting like pretty much the same shit.
Yeah. I feel you,
So
man.
it's like on my shit it says that my benefit amount is supposed to be like $200-300.
Yeah.
And so like that's why, and then when they give me the checks and shit, at the top of it says like, oh, you're like your what is it, your global pandemic compensation has been added to your uh, has been added or whatever.
See, I don't even see that on my unemployment shit at all.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I think maybe,
That's what I'm saying. They're giving me like at least like 1,400 extra or some shit.
yeah, something, man.
Like yeah, like what the fuck? That should turn me out, you know. But that's
That's
all I'm
crazy.
like I'm gonna run out of money by next month and shit. So I've been like planning like, oh fuck, you know, I'm gonna run out right now. But then like I noticed I started like counting and I started showing like, oh, they're just deducting like the 200-300 bucks from the actual amount.
Yeah,
And like every week it's going like that. So it's like I have more weeks to go, but they're paying me like that, and then they're not counting the coronavirus compensation like in it. They're just giving it to me. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. You
yeah, I
know?
get you. It's that's a weird process.
I'm like, oh fuck, you know, whatever. Like, you know, like I'll take it. You know,
Fuck
it's
it,
like,
hey, money's money, especially right now, man. Cause
yeah, better than fucking working and contracting like the virus and shit.
yeah,
You know,
dude. I
you know,
just
what that shit. I was like, oh, I wonder if that shit's even real, huh?
yeah, dude. I remember saying that, and then I know it's real now, cause fucking I actually talked to one of my homies I used to work with, and he ended up getting it, man. And he was saying that he got hit hard with that shit. And I was like, dude, what the? And this guy takes care of himself, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just crazy, man. Yeah, because I was like, man, I don't even know anybody that got this shit. And then, and then fucking someone I know, a friend of mine, he was like the first people in around our area that got it, and he was in the hospital for like almost 2 to 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah,
you guys are so like compressed out there, you know, like
yeah, dude, it's crazy. But this guy, I mean, this guy's like known in the community. You know, he's a financial advisor for people for businesses. So I mean, he's always going places. So I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? And then my other homie, he actually works, I think for the hospital, but he works like the care center where all the like a convalescent home kind of. So I mean, that's I'm pretty sure one of those old people probably gave it to him, or even a coworker. Like you never know, man. This shit's
maybe that's
crazy.
what you know. It's just like everywhere, you know, like my
Yeah,
people
dude.
everywhere. That shit goes all through the air ducts and shit. That shit's going through the air ducts.
Well, they say that heat kills it. So like the sun, ultraviolet
And
rays.
that's the same
So
time. The other day on the news, like on Channel 5, they're saying that that it travels through the heat and the wind. What the
hey,
fuck?
who's controlling the news stations, dude? Come on.
You know, it's like I mean,
Hey,
I don't think they really know too much for sure, but
nah, dude. The news stations are getting fed all this stupid information. I've been listening to these there's this podcast I listen to that's it's I
they like
think
no, no,
it's
like
like three
one
different scientists though. Scientist no, it's a scientist and a doctor.
that
And
one
who
remember he's like oh like I guess whatever he said like oh well with the heat that shit dies and shit, but
yeah.
like it's been summer, it's been pretty hot, and like more people are buying it now because like everyone's going out and shit.
Oh well yeah,
So
people are getting it, but the death rate is going down though. Not many people are dying. You know,
you
that
know,
they're not telling you that.
and you know what I've been doing like. I don't even like when I go out like in the car and shit. I don't even turn on the air conditioning, dude. 'Cause I feel like that shit kind of makes me want to get sick or something.
Well,
Maybe because it's circulating like more of the air outside and shit. But like when I drive like kind of it's been hot, so I just roll the windows down. I just fucking take the heat. But like I noticed like I don't feel like sick and shit like when like as opposed when I put the AC on like lately. I've been putting it on and like like it makes me feel weird and shit like you know like
I feel like that too because the AC is just pure cold air, and your lungs you can't really breathe in that cold air. Because when I have the AC on at night, I wake up with a stuffy nose, my throat hurts, and I'm like, what the fuck? But then like Once I'm
Yeah,
like out and about, I feel good. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's
yeah.
probably it's just the AC. So don't
I mean,
think,
I
hey,
think
don't think that, hey, don't think you're gonna be getting that shit through the AC, man.
I mean, I feel good like right here in the house. But I'm talking about like when you travel, like with your car,
Yeah.
like when you go in the car, you're like going through like like where everyone's going, like the car behind you, it's off you there, it's coming out of the car. So you're breathing like their shit, you're like right behind them or whatever too, like
Well, yeah,
free
but
that shit.
I'm look like I'm on a bike, so if you can smell whatever behind the car. What about me? Cause I'm legit in the open.
Well, it's because like the thing is like with the cars, they have filters that like directly suck in shit. Like you're out in the open, so that shit kind of like it's like it matters about the parts per million. If there's more parts per million of like say like particles and shit that's in the air
Yeah.
in your car, more parts per million because the car has a smaller space. So there's more of that shit like coming in through the vents and shit and through your whatever. I
Uh
mean, this is
huh.
what I think. But when you're out in the open, like that shit travels all through the air and it goes like here and there, but it doesn't like stay like in your face and shit. You
Oh,
know what I
okay.
mean? So
Yeah.
that might like help you and shit. Because I feel like when I've gone out like that, like I feel cool. But like when I go in the car, like I turn on the AC and shit. Like I notice like it's like it makes me more like I don't know like throw and shit. Kind of like feels weird and shit. So I
Y-
rolled down like the other day I rolled down the windows. It was like hot as fuck. I'm like fuck it. I'm just gonna go through like see like get the heat and shit. And just try to like kill whatever that funny feeling like throw and shit. Like it kind
yeah.
of worked. I didn't feel that shit afterwards. Like the rest of the day I was cool, but I had to fucking like roll down the windows and shit. Cause like I had to feel the heat and then just the natural air. Like I don't know what it was, but I think it was just the heat. The heat kind of like made my throat like hotter. I don't know, just my whole body, I guess. But it
Yeah.
felt alright, with the windows down because like the wind cools you down, but you're still like getting the heat.
Yeah.
Like, just like you know like that. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of feel sketchy because the other day they were working out the street, and they have that fucking fresh tar shit.
Oh yeah, that shit's the worst.
So I fucking like drove over that shit, and I have the AC on, right? I have the AC on, so I'm like, I have my windows rolled up. But as I rolled over that shit came like straight through the vents and shit. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, damn, like
Yeah,
that
that
shit.
tar has a strong that tar has a strong smell, man. That shit's
So that shit,
crazy.
like, imagine that shit. So like, imagine like what else could go through that shit.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
so that's what part that tripped me out. So I'm like, oh fuck, maybe like, cause like they just they came in through there, like, and then it circulates in your car and shit like that. But
Yeah.
I think it goes down, like that shit doesn't stay there. It's like when you're on the bike and shit, like it just moves out of your face and shit, like 'cause the wind's just blowing everything everywhere, like all the time.
Well, you'd be surprised because like I've gone places where they're doing like the fresh cement or the tar, and I'll have that smell in my nose for maybe even an hour after that. It's irritating at times. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I mean, you could say like
fucking,
it blows it away. Sometimes, dude, that shit's in my nose forever. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just
yeah,
tripping
that's just
out,
strong.
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's just strong. That you would think like if you drive in a car like with your windows all rolled up and shit, and just the AC on, you just have your own air in there, but that shit comes through. It's like
Yeah,
if there's shit like I'm saying, like with the cars, like like I don't know, I just feel like maybe it just circulates through the fucking air, and since it's cold already, it's like when you're throwing it feels good. Like you
yeah,
could catch more of a virus like that. I feel like that's how like I was like trying to like get sick and shit. And so I'm like, oh no, I have to like just start like just taking the heat and shit because that I feel like that shit helps. Like when you're
yeah.
out, like the heat probably does help, but I mean, who knows? Like more people are getting sick and shit. And
Oh,
it's like
yeah, well, you gotta think
you're not going
there's a
out.
lot of stupid people not wanting to wear a mask out there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you don't wear a mask and you're out in the beach, like I went to the beach not too long ago, not many people wearing a mask. You know what I mean? So it's like people don't care. You know what I mean? People think, oh yeah, because in the past they said, oh yeah, the heat kills it. Well, Okay, but wear your mask because it's not gonna kill you when you're. It's not gonna kill the virus when it's in you. You know what I mean? Especially if you're coughing everywhere or you're, going next to people, you can still spread it easily. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
There's like all these commercials I watch on TV right now. Fucking people wearing all sorts of masks and shit.
yeah, dude, hey, it's
I'm
the
like,
new normal for now. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's like yeah, people just need to shut the fuck up about it. Just like I hate seeing it on TV. It's like they're putting so much into your head that it's like yeah, it's okay. It's like man, like stop making it. It's like we know we gotta wear it. Nobody likes this shit. It's just like
Yeah. I mean, that's your problem, right? Hey, that's your problem right there. You're watching too much TV, man. It's getting to you. Dude. I don't watch TV often. I'll watch shows that I record, and that's it. I don't fuck with the
yeah,
news anymore. Hey, the news.
sometimes like just like yeah, sometimes like it's like kind of like gives you anxiety and shit, you know. But like sometimes like it shows stuff like that you wouldn't normally see and shit. Like I think actually I watch everything. I don't like just exclude myself from anything because I don't know. I always like to stay informative and shit, you know. So I watch this and I watch like the shit on the internet all day too. Like you know, like, well I mean when I can shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that shit like randomly and. Then I'll see stories on the internet, and then like on the news, it shows up like a day later. You know, like
Yeah.
shit, you know, it's like, oh, I already seen that shit. But sometimes, like, you know, they show shit that the difference with the news, though, is that it shows live shit sometimes, you know, it's like, they'll show you, like, car chases happening, or they'll show
Oh
you, like, when
yeah.
the riots were happening and shit like that. Like, it's like, you know, you see, like the ghetto bird and shit, just, like, you know, seeing that shit, and then that shit would show up on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
So, the difference, that's the only time, like, the news is, like, faster than the internet, is when it does that live shit, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, because you can stream it like on your phone and shit, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's like the same. It's probably has like a little bit of a delay on the internet.
Yeah. It might. But I don't even honestly like the news. Like when quarantine first happened, this whole pandemic happened. I was watching the news like every day. But then I was getting so freaking just like you said, anxiety. Well, not even like too much anxiety. I was just getting like in a bad mood. You know what I mean? Like all this bad shit's happening, so it made my mentality think bad and not like negative. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't being positive because I was watching the news. So then I started like legit. I just stopped watching the news. Um, if I heard something that happened, I would look it up. I would look at the major uh, informative places like the LA Times, the New York Times, um, and then obviously like CNN or shit like that. But watching the news stations, dude, those channels are controlled by people higher up, and they want to show you what they want to show you. They're not going to show you what's really happening. You know what I mean?
Well, like
So,
you shit, like it's like you know, I mean, there's like shit, like you know, it's like I just like watch it to see like what the fuck they're thinking, you know, because that's the thing. It's like even though it's like the how people do things, you could like really tell a lot about somebody, you know. It's like just because of how somebody does some shit. Like the government, for example, they like this is what I watch on the TV. This is what I notice, right? Every person they put on their shit, it's just like some fucking like happy, positive person, like fucking clean looking, shaved motherfucker. You know, it's like like why? You know, it's like why do they have to like do it like that? Because they're trying to say like, oh, this is how we gain your trust. And so when you see signs like that, that's when you're not supposed to trust them and shit. When they start saying like and then you could tell because it's like you watch what was that your guys' fucking mayor and shit that fool
oh,
Garcetti.
Garcetti, yeah, that fool's a bitch.
Fool, that fool's a little bitch, like that shit was funny like because the day that the riots were happening and shit, that
Yeah,
fool was on the news and shit, and he's like gave his speech and shit. That fool was like mad and shit, like put on his fucking angry face and shit. It's like you guys gotta stop this, you know, like you can't be doing this. If you guys riot, you guys are just as bad as the killers, you know, George Floyd and stuff. Like the cops that killed George Floyd, you
Yeah.
guys are bad as those bad cops. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, that's offensive as fuck. You know how many people like fucking probably saw that shit and got mad, and
Yeah.
then the next day they fucking go and march up to his fucking house and they're protesting outside his house and shit. And that motherfucker comes back on the news and he's like, guys, you know, this is a time that we have to come together, you know, and we're gonna stop these. We know there's racial injustice, and we gotta stop this. This time and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, shut the fuck up.
He's
You know,
just
it's like, you
scared,
know,
man. Hey, he's just scared because he knows there's people outside his house.
you know,
That's
like
all
it's
it
like,
is.
you know, it's like you can see the way people do things. You could like read their minds and shit. You know, you could get to tell like what exactly, you know, what they're trying to do and why. Because it's like, you know, it says like people don't do nothing just because. Like everybody does something for a reason.
Yeah,
There's only
exactly.
people that do shit just because, like pure pleasure shit. You know,
Yeah.
like even they do bad shit. You know, like they just do it. But usually when people do bad things, it's because they're gaining a benefit from something or whatever. You know, or because whatever. You know, like that. These fools, like that fools that lives in a mansion, right? They're outside his fucking mansion. Shit.
Yeah.
Like, I thought like he probably goes home every night like you know I'm safe right here. He goes to the gate and shit. You know, it's like yeah I'm fucking safe and shit. I'm safe right here. And then these motherfuckers, the whole fucking city's outside his fucking house ready to hang that motherfucker. You know, it's like
Yeah. For
you
real.
know it's like and he changes tone real quick. You know, so it's like that's what I see with this. Like you know that's why like. You know, you see how they try to play you. You know, you have to read what they're. It's like poker and shit. You have to read like how they're trying to like do. Like sometimes they start to get desperate, and you can sense that desperation in them. And they're like, you know, like you can tell like right away, like oh, you know, they're fucking desperate, so they're trying to like do whatever they can to fucking not lose or not get killed or something.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, they think. I mean, I don't know. I see them as like yeah, they think they're smart and shit. You know, they want fucking brainwash people and shit. And they try to distract people with this. I watch that too. It's like, oh, what they do distract us. You know, like oh, right now they're showing fucking commercial for Friends and shit. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Friends guys. You know, like the fuck, like come on, man. Like you know, like make you forget about this whole fucking pandemic, this whole fucking Donald Trump taking over the world shit. You know, like they try to like fucking distract you from all that shit. Everything like you know like. It's like, you know, they're not really talking about Donald Trump and what the fuck he's doing now and shit, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, because it's the news. Like I told you, they're going to
Yeah,
put
it's
on the
control.
news. That's why, hey, I don't even watch any news. You know why? Because it's all bullshit. Yeah, they tell you shit that's happening, but they don't tell you the real shit, man. That's why just cut out the news stations. Don't even fucking. Dude, you're better off watching Dora the Explorer. Or you know what I have recorded? Remember that show? Remember that show, fucking Family Matters with Steve Urkel? Dude, I watch that shit more than I've never. That's all I watch. Steve Urkel, and then I watch the show The Challenge, and fucking that's it.
Well,
Literally,
yeah,
that's it.
well, we'll watch movies and shit, you know, like
Oh yeah,
fucking,
movies too on TV. I fuck with those too. You know what I
like,
mean?
whatever. But at the same time, you know, I kind of like, I don't know, when shit's like getting, like, shit's been happening, it's like weird, you know, how shit is happening, you know, so it's like you kind of want to know, well, I mean, I want to know what the fuck is going on, you know, what the fuck the government's planning on doing, because then, you know, like, I was seeing a lot of that shit where fucking, when the riots were happening, that fucking Donald Trump was mobilizing the fucking
Yeah.
guard and shit. It's like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, damn. And then like, it's because you see what they're doing, you know, like then you learn that they were just doing the curfews in Orange County and LA and shit because you guys are fucking crazy as fuck out there. And over here in like Riverside and shit, like people protested, but nobody like started shit. Everyone was just like, you know, just kept their cool and shit. So there's no reason for like, you know, anything like that. It's like it was just like a bunch of just fucking people, you know, just trying to like, you know, be activists and shit. It wasn't really like a movement where you saw people like, yeah, you know, God. It was just people talking about it, like, you know, like that didn't probably necessarily didn't know, like, you know, never experienced stuff like personal like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I don't know, it was like whatever out here. They didn't even put a curfew on us or nothing, you know, just because like, you know, it's like I don't know, like people like play it cool and stuff, you know, it's like Like you either fucking do shit and you get like fucked up, or you fucking wait it out and see what the fuck is going on first before like
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you know people out here be down to do some shit because it's like it stayed quiet, so it's like people were ready for shit. People were going to the gun shops and shit. Like
Yeah.
there's gas line at the gun shops out here full. Like damn, like everywhere the guns were selling out. And, like they would only have like certain pistols or some shit like that. They would have like cheap ass guns and shit. They didn't
Yeah.
have any like they didn't have a lot of selection out here. Like that was the crazy part, because it's like all that shit happened is like like nobody like was out killing each other and shit, like maybe there was like gang shit here and there, but I mean there wasn't like you didn't hear shit where people were like, oh yeah, fucking these people are blasting each other or whatever, they're riding and shit. So it's like, they have their guns still, they still have
Yeah.
that shit. So it's like this shit word to pop off, it's like, like people gotta be ready and shit. It's just like it's better to just keep quiet and just see what the fuck the government, what everybody's gonna do and shit before like you make a move and shit. Like
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean
see
that's
out
what they're
here.
doing out here is like doing this shit
Yeah. Cause
because they
out
got you know
out here they legit they enforce that curfew because we legit have people rioting out here. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah,
Walmart up the street, they fucking got into that Walmart.
oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the Best Buy, they ended up catching people trying to loot up in there, but the cops went in there first. You know what I mean? So I mean, I get the whole curfew. People were fucking going crazy, man. But then
Yeah,
it kind of chilled out. You know what I mean?
happened like when that shit happened. Like the only reason it happened out there is because there's a lot more like the population is a lot more dense out there, so like there's more people to cops out there. Out here, it's not as much, but at the same time, there's not enough of us to just fucking push the police back and shit.
Yeah,
Fucking like if we made like just a little small movement here, the fucking police would stop that shit out.
yeah,
Like as soon as people start trying to riot, shit, even what's it called? I guess people looting or I don't know what the fuck they did on Riverside and fucking the cameras caught them and shit.
yeah,
Found those people like what the fuck? Like, it's like stupid. It's like what the fuck? Like you gotta think about it. It's like of course Riverside has fucking cameras everywhere.
yeah,
Shit, there's a fucking cop right there. There's a cop station right around the corner
yeah.
downtown. Shit, it's like
I
shit.
mean, I mean, the whole looting, shit. I'm like, why? What's even the point of doing that? You know what I mean? Like, what's
And
the point? What's the point of breaking into like a Walmart?
because that's what gets their attention. See, that's the thing. That's why, like, see, that is the influence of the media. The media kept saying, "Yeah, you know what? Looting, like, we gotta, like, that looting is bad. There's like they kept talking to each other on the fucking news, it's just it's such a shame. It's such a shame that they're destroying the city. Like, we don't have to destroy the city. Just to get a point across. We'll listen to you. We're like, it's just people have to peacefully protest. Yeah, I agree. Everyone has to peacefully protest because rioting and everything doesn't do nothing. But when they were doing that shit was news like a motherfucker. That shit was like fucking on social media way and fucking like everywhere and fucking that shit was on the news and shit. Like that shit was news, man. Like that everybody would start writing and doing shit. That's how the fuck you get shit done because after that they fucking arrested those fucking cops and shit. They like started doing shit right away when normally they're like, oh yeah, the person's still facing trial and shit, this and that. It takes months and months. They do this shit like fucking days, dude. Like, and that's what the point of that shit was. Even though the media and everyone's gonna lie and say like, "Oh no, there's no point in that shit," because of that, that shit is what made the difference. And take a look how it is now. Like the protests and shit, they're not getting put on TV now. Everything's like peaceful and shit. So it's not news no more. It's like there's nobody really do shit. When there is, they fucking outlaw them and they say, "Look." fucking people are looting and shit. People are still doing shit. Like we have to catch these criminals. These bad people are breaking into, like they say it like that and shit. It's like what the fuck? Like you're already judging them. Just say like, oh, the criminals got away and shit and so that. Like what the fuck? Like why don't you say like, oh, people broke in, like whatever. It's like they're criminalizing it so bad. They're trying to put that shit out so bad. That they're trying to brainwash people not into not doing that shit because that's what they don't want. They don't want people outside marching in the streets, stopping traffic and shit, and like setting shit on fire and saying, "No, fuck your fucking buildings and shit." You guys want to kill us and shit? We'll fucking burn all of this shit down. Fucking Mexicans built that shit. We can fucking build it again. That's more jobs for us. That's fucking stimulating the economy. So fuck you guys. We'll burn this shit down. That's what I'm saying. It's like. But like on the news, it's like completely the opposite. They want I used to believe in that pacifist shit too. Like I do in my normal life. Because I believe people want peace and shit. But when people aren't willing to give everybody peace, then that's when shit's a problem because it's like people are struggling, people are tired of all this shit, so it's like about time people start doing that shit, That's like, and best believe that's why the government is like, forming plans on how to fucking stop. They have, I'm pretty sure, fucking plans in case like the whole U.S. fucking riots and shit, people turn against the president and try to kill the president. I'm pretty sure they have fucking tactics of how they're gonna fucking wipe everybody out and shit, If the worst case scenario, like I'm pretty sure they would do that shit, They wouldn't try to say, oh, we'll never destroy it and whoever survives, survives or whatever. Nah, they're gonna fucking try to like control it first, They're gonna fucking be dropping bombs on us, they're gonna be dropping shit on us, when if we're not fucking willing to like listen to this shit and do what they say, Like I'm pretty sure, like if we take back our house and say, nah, you guys can't take our house, we're staying here. Like fuck you guys, like we live here. This is our fucking towns. Like we don't want the government like involved in our shit, no more. We're taking back all this shit. As soon as we do that shit, they're gonna start fucking stopping us out. That's what they don't want. You know? I mean, that's my take on it. I mean, from what I see on TV and from what I hear on the internet, like I see like people are reacting and shit. Like the real people, like like when this shit was happening, they're like, yeah, fuck it, burn everything down. Like what the fuck? People are saying that shit. They're like, nah, like like fucking properties and more important than somebody's life and shit. Because it's true. It's like, and you think about it, it's like if they destroy those buildings and shit, fucking someone's gonna have to build another one. That's more jobs for somebody. It's like fucking they got fire insurance. People got that shit. Like like some people don't. It's a shame, but I mean, someone can get paid to build that shit again. If fucking once shit goes back to normal. But in the time being, it's like there's no peace if fucking like right now on the news it's like everything. Everyone's like, oh yeah, they're smiling and shit, they're like cracking jokes and shit, like everything's okay, But deep down, like it's not okay because it's like there's still shit. Like it's like what's gonna happen with this election? They're trying to kind of distract us like from shit like that because when shit the next election happens, it's gonna be like the next chapter of fucking America and shit. And that's we're barely flipping the page right now, man. It's kind of scary and shit.
Well, that's the news for you. Like I told you, you keep saying the news. Stop watching the fucking news. Because, and I'm a let me get my take on this. Let me get my not so slick opinion about this. But the people who were looting were not the people who were for Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? Because you see, I saw a bunch of videos of the looters, and most of them weren't even black. Actually, none of them. I didn't see any black people in like 10 to 15 videos that I saw of people looting. None of them were black. It was
I saw like on the news and shit. They're showing it live.
what? No, no, no. They're showing a lot of black people in Minnesota. Johnny, Minnesota. A lot of black people were looting. But if you see any of the California videos, there's no black people looting. Why? No, dude, because they're protesting, but they're doing the peaceful protest. You know what I mean? All the videos I've seen, I didn't see any black people looting.
I was watching that shit too, and the beauty of it is I saw every fucking race looting, dog. I saw fucking like chinitas, I saw fucking Mexican girls, I saw like black dudes and shit, like I saw fucking like white dudes and shit going in there, and it's just like everybody was doing that shit. And that to me, that's what the beauty of it was because like maybe they were just showing it on the news, like, showing how horrible it was and shit. But to me, like I thought, like, hey, that's like they weren't even trying to fuck with each other. They were just going in there and they were like hugging each other, breaking into their shit. Like they were fucking like doing shit like that. They weren't trying to fight each other, like trying to stop each other over some shit. There's some people that were doing that. They'll be like, fuck hey, you're coming up on this shit, I'll steal it from you and shit. Like, fuck, it happens like that too. But like for the most part, you didn't see like people like fucking just fighting and shit. It's like everybody was fighting, but they were doing shit to everything else. They were breaking into things or fucking setting shit on fire, but like they weren't fighting each other. Like everybody was just fucking going into the stores and shit. I saw when they were in Long Beach and shit. They were doing the protests in Long Beach, man. Fucking every fucking race, like imaginable was out there fucking looting and shit.
Well, see, I think you're mixing up looting and protesting because looting is not even protesting at all. Looting is just fucking taking advantage of the protesting situation, which I mean is fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't think to prove a point you need to go fuck shit up. Like, okay, if you want to fuck shit up, go ahead and fuck shit up. But if you're gonna fuck shit up, I best I best see you on the fucking protesting. If you're gonna be looting and shit, hey, get your ass out there in the morning and fucking protest too.
But it's like say for example, like see the reason why I say this is because like I don't know, I start to see shit like it's because it's not just the news that I read, it's just like shit in history, like things that just like I don't know, you just like read a lot of stuff and you just kind of like it's like history repeats itself. It's like it just happens like that. Like with the whole Donald Trump and shit, he went off the whole fucking like Adolf Hitler's strategy of fucking gaining power and shit. He fucking exploited the immigrants and the people that weren't wanted. He exploited like them and shit. And he fucking gained fame by doing that shit. And he started like like say making all these like, oh, we're gonna create better world and shit, a fucking better America, make America great again and shit. He has the same fucking tactics and shit. As that motherfucker. So it's like, it's like, how did that shit was like that shit shouldn't have been successful for shit because they taught us that in school that like when this is happening, this is what it means that that person is gonna become a dictator or some shit, or he's gonna do dictator shit, he's gonna do like whatever the fuck he wants, at some point. So and it's like if they can do that to you know one group of people, why not like do it to everybody, So it's like with this, like what I've seen, like with all this shit, it's like if worse would come to worse, like because people like looting and shit, I don't believe like it's like yeah, it's not like right to go and steal and do shit like that, but like in order to like in every revolution in history, it has always been violent. All the protests and shit have always been violent protests. And that's what people probably don't get because maybe at first, like, see what happened was they were protesting, and in formal protests, people got mad and started breaking and doing shit. And when they did that, other people took advantage and went into those stores that were broken into and shit. And then people started breaking shit to break into the places. But when people were just doing shit, they were just breaking anything. They were just doing shit. And other people, like everybody, just started taking advantage and just started looting and shit. But like going and like doing shit like that, that's what they don't want. That's what the fucking the government doesn't want. They press that hard because they're afraid of that. And they're afraid of that because that's how people like if worse would come to worse and shit. And there was no rules except for what we do, then we would have to go to war with our own government. Like the government would probably like do a whole civil war and shit. there could be a civil war. Like they say, like in the next 20 years or some shit, or like maybe less, that there could be a civil war in the U.S. Because of all this shit happening. Like it's like, I don't know, like a lot of people have had theories about that shit. It's like, oh, that there's gonna be Civil War two, part two and shit, because like the first one never died. The first one is like, um, people wanted slaves, and then people were like, nah, slaves are wrong. Like you have to like breed them and shit, whatever. So, there's a huge civil war in America, at that point, and like people were divided. It's like they actually fought each other. One the North fought the South and shit. And that was big. That is a huge, like a huge thing in American history, because like the North won against the South. Like, can you imagine, like, the South had the power to, like, beat out, this government that we have now, like that shit would have been like pretty big too. But they were all like maybe on the wrong side of shit, because they wanted slaves and racist shit. But that shit's still lingering around because those guys never went away. Confederate flags and shit. They still have that shit, all the racist statues of the Confederates and shit. It's like, why? Like, I always wondered that when growing up. It's like, why do they, like, like these people in history, Stonewall Jackson, all these fucking Confederate motherfuckers, like, they say, oh yeah, this fool, he was a great tactician. It's like, why are you giving him props if he was a fucking, like, he wanted slaves and shit, It's like I thought we were supposed to be teaching us good history so that we learn better, because they tell you that in the beginning of history. But the reason why we teach this is because we don't want this to happen again. We don't want another Hitler. We don't want fucking racism and shit. Like they've been like like teaching us that shit. So it's like why would they want the same shit to like repeat itself? It's like I don't know, people maybe just don't think about it or some shit. They don't think about like, hey, this happened in history already. So it's like, what the fuck you guys are trying to do this shit and try to stomp it out, It's like, with this whole racism thing, like, it's kind of weird that it's like, oh, it's not too weird, because if you think about it, like, they had slaves, like, what, like 100, 200 years ago and shit, So, like, yeah, like 200 years ago, right?
I think it's like 155 or 160, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because, it was just like, it was just the thing that they had, It's like, but, they knew, like, I'm pretty sure deep down, it's like, you can't just look at another fucking, I mean, maybe they were raised like that, but it's, like, hard to be like, oh, like, how can you own a human, It's like, that's for the human and shit, too,
Yeah.
because you talk to them and shit, or whatever, but then it's like, you're going to still treat them like shit and be like, oh, yeah, I'm a master.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, you're just the pet of the house or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I mean, it's just, I guess it just depends, like, that time era and shit, like, how things were. It's like maybe, but there's people, already try to fight that shit, So it's like, I think it's just people just have always just wanted to be racist, wanted to have slaves and shit,
Yeah.
Right now, it's getting to the point where it's like not only like the racists and stuff, but it's like pretty much the people versus the government now.
Yeah.
It's starting to get like that. Like, oh, that's the thing we didn't talk about. Fucking Kanye motherfucking West, dude.
That's a fucking distraction right there.
Shit, man. Like, I mean, well, it's weird that, like, he did that shit. I thought, oh, maybe it's a publicity stunt. But then he starts saying other shit. It's like, oh, wait, what the fuck? Like, he's actually, like, talking about that shit. Like, they're letting him talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody says that shit. Like, this fool starts saying, like, oh, about the vaccines and the mark of the beast and shit. Like, I was like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, that fool, like, what the fuck? I thought, like, that was supposed to be Illuminati and shit, supposedly, or whatever.
Nah.
But like that fool saying shit like that, it's like, what the fuck? Like yeah, it sounds like crazy shit, but he's saying like he's talking about shit like like shit that's like, oh, he's like, yeah, I'm trying to, because I don't know, maybe he had an epiphany or some shit, and like now he's like fucking talking about like real shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like it sounds like he's crazy, but then it's like, why is he talking about this shit? Like people like
Well,
You
he's
know?
always been like that. Kanye's always been like that. It's just
Oh,
they just choose to show you, or even he chooses to show you the videos that he wants you to see. You know what I mean? But Kanye's always been a weird dude, and that's coming from other artists. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised that he's saying stupid shit.
well, I mean,
But
the only reason, yeah,
but people want to vote Kanye for president. It's if you vote Kanye for president, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the same shit as Donald Trump. That's all it's gonna be. A celebrity into presidential office saying some crazy shit, and then something bad's gonna happen. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
see that it could happen like that, but you know what would be amazing to me is that if this dude went ahead and like he's trying to do an independent party, or what is he trying to do?
I think I'm not sure.
Because like that's where you have to kind of like pick a party or some shit. Like usually it's Democrats and Republicans because that's what everybody does, and that gets the most
Yeah,
power.
or conservative.
That's how they explain it. It's like, oh, if you don't vote for them, it's like whatever you vote for is not even going to matter because these two are the most popular.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing is that if he ran a third party and calls it something, because I heard he is trying to call it something. I forgot what he says. He's like, oh yeah, I'm making the.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that.
Party, right?
Yeah, I only heard about that because you had Donald Trump as a Republican, and then you had Joe Biden as a Democrat, and then Kanye would have been that third party. But yeah, you get Kanye. He gets let's say 25% of the votes, and then Donald Trump gets 60% of the votes, and then fucking Joe Biden only gets 15%, and then that's how people get confused because not everybody's gonna vote for Kanye West, not everybody's gonna vote for Joe Biden, but hey, yeah, you're gonna have the same people that voted Donald Trump, you know, um, 4 years ago. You're gonna have the same people vote Donald Trump because obviously those people are stupid, but that's gonna fuck up the whole shit. Oh yeah, I think they said. I think I heard a stat like out of the 100% of Donald Trump followers from when he first ran for president, out of that 100%, now there's only about 60% of those people that still support Donald Trump. So they legit lost. They no it for no believe me for you gotta think 100% of the Donald Trump supporters drops down. It dropped down 40%. That means out of a million people, 400,000 people were like, nah, we're not supporting Donald Trump, and that's a lot of people.
Like, I don't know if it was because of the coronavirus, but this fool, he put what's it called? He was, you know how he does his rallies and shit, right?
Yeah.
So you fucking order a ticket, or I don't know what the fuck you do. Some shit like that. No, you order a ticket to that shit, and so that fool had sold out his shit, and he had like fucking sold millions and millions of tickets supposedly, like that millions and millions of fans were gonna show up, and then when his rally like happened and shit,
Oh, I saw that.
Shit, like it was only like thousands.
Yeah, but but where was that at though? Because that wasn't even in the major city. That was like in some other state. I'm trying to remember because it wasn't.
People still go, you know. People
Yeah.
still go anywhere.
Yeah, but it wasn't. No, but it wasn't like a big. It wasn't like one of those popular cities. You know what I mean? It was. I want to say it was Connecticut or something like that.
I mean, there's just always been so much shit. Like that's like the only thing that he's done is just give out the stimulus check, and he probably didn't come up with that. Like they Congress did that shit. He just signed his name to it.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck, like so it's like it doesn't really matter. But the thing is, like if they made a third party, then that third party would be added to the house or some shit, no?
I'm not sure how that'll work. I think if you have, like, let's say Kanye West fucking he calls it the fucking celebrity party, right? I think you have to have at least, I want to say at least so many thousands of people willing to go into that party in order for that party to be in the government. Yeah,
I mean, because that's the thing. Like, if he does something, he like can actually win, then he'll open the door at least for a third party that's
yeah,
like
but
that'd be
the
different.
thing,
You know? It
but
could be for the people and shit. You know?
yeah, but the thing about that though, Kanye West doesn't give a fuck about us, man. That's why don't believe into the whole Kanye West. You know who I know will be a better fucking celebrity candidate to run for president? Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Okay? No, no, I'm being fucking serious. This guy is legit. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but he'll say some realest shit and you could tell he's fucking legit. You know, he started off he was poor as fucking Hawaii, and then he moved up into wrestling, football, then wrestling, acting. Now this fool fucking is
I
a
mean,
entrepreneur,
that's
but
what I'm saying. If this fool does some shit, then that means like other celebrities like wake up and shit, and hey, you know what? Fuck, I want to make a difference. I got the money, shit. I'm gonna fucking run for president.
yeah,
If The
yeah,
Rock did some shit like that, then fuck it, you know what? Like, I don't know. It's like for some reason, it's like how come they haven't done it? Maybe no one's actually realized because that's the thing. Like with these celebrities, I think that's how they brainwash the celebrities because they have money and they have power and shit. You know, like like in their own way. But what do? They go on vacations. They do all this shit. They just live their life. They buy mansions and shit
yeah,
instead of have money to like try to do that political shit. Because if they really wanted to, they could do that shit. You know, I'm
yeah,
like, that's all that shit is. Like, like if you can count everything, you know, you can count everything where the money goes, where how like it works, you know, like they try to make it complicated. Oh, it's like you gotta like do like this. But the point in the election, like ever since the beginning of time, like fucking what you want to call like the birth of America and shit. You know, since they elected George Washington and shit, they always made it this thing where they they're gonna vote for people, and then sometimes it was three people, and then it slowly started to be just two and shit, In the recent latter years and shit, it's been more just like just two people running for president and shit. But before it used to be like three, maybe even four people that were like up there and shit, like on the podium, and it was like, oh, they didn't know who was gonna win and shit, like
yeah,
because we're doing other parties, and I don't know if they're doing the same Democrat or whatever the fuck. I think it's like changing it. Either way, it's like I think it should still be like that. It's like all it is like when to get elected and stuff, when people vote for you, you have to be on TV. You have to get by TV time. You have to buy advertisement time.
oh yeah,
And that's what it is. It's like money and shit. So if they like all it is money, then they got wires and shit. They can use their fucking billions or millions of dollars at least. Like I don't know how much is it to fund a campaign supposedly, but I'm pretty sure all you gotta do is just buy fucking TV screen time and shit.
yeah. I think you pay for the commercial, and then you pay. Well, I think you have to pay.
That's all you gotta do. I mean, look, Kanye, like, see, and that's the thing. Kanye, like, I don't know how many votes he's gonna generate, but he's gonna vote like people that are gonna follow him. He's gonna vote that get that purely from the internet because he barely has like it's barely been on the news that oh yeah Kanye's running for president. It's barely been shown on the news, and they're not making that a big deal. They're just like saying whatever.
Yeah,
But like on the internet, that shit's like every fucking other post and shit. Like
yeah,
every day you probably always see that shit that the fool like, oh yeah, Kanye. It's like if it's brand new news and shit, but it's like it's old news, but they're still posting it there. Like people are still posting, oh yeah, Kanye West is fucking Elon Musk and shit, like this and that. Like,
yeah. I think, in my opinion, like Kanye West, if he runs, dude, and he gets votes, it's gonna be pathetic, because then that's an easy win for Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump is still gonna be president the next 4 years. I guarantee it. There's nobody that's gonna beat him. You know why? Because you have Kanye West who is making a stupid decision, trying to run for president because he's not gonna get more votes than Joe Biden. He's not gonna get more votes than Donald Trump. but he is going to take a small percentage of voters, of young voters, because obviously, I mean, me being 31 years old, I know that Kanye West would be even worse than Donald Trump being president. You know what I mean? Just because he has what, dude, he doesn't really have any real fucking skill besides making good music. That's it. Donald Trump, I mean, I don't want to praise this guy, but obviously financially this guy made millions, also probably had so much fraud, and he's a fucking pedophile. You know what I mean? Like that pedophile status, he has so much money to where he can fucking bribe people. Hey, I have pictures with you and younger girls and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just he has that power. You know what I mean? That's why he became president. Why? Because he got more TV time. He just got the pull. You know what I mean? Because he was becoming such an asshole on his little campaigns that people love that shit. People love it when people are fucking assholes. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So when I hear Kanye West running for president, I think, man, this is just stupid. It's stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Why not have Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was our fucking governor for so long? I remember what, I want to say like 15 years ago. Dude, I would rather have him than fucking Donald Trump. You know what I mean? I would rather have him instead of Kanye West. I would rather have Arnold Schwarzenegger instead of anybody else.
To be honest, I just don't really. I hate the whole fucking. I hate this whole political system because, like, whatever they say, like Republican or Democrat, as long as it's just Republican or Democrat, it's not gonna fucking matter who the fuck is president. Because the United States, like people in Congress, they're always gonna try to like shift the agenda their way, and that's why like they're scared of all that protesting shit because they know before that shit happened. I bet you that's what I'm saying. They're so comfortable telling us whatever the fuck they wanted to tell us, and now like there's been so many retractions and people apologizing for statements that they made and shit because they're like, oh, I that they were as bad as the cops, but that was wrong because nobody like like you just can't kill. Killing is wrong and shit. And it was unjustified and this and that. Like, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, like you guys say that shit now, but when they were doing it to us, like all this time before, these motherfuckers all known about that shit, about fucking, the cops beating up minorities and shit. They've known that shit for a long time.
Oh yeah, it's been happening for fucking 100 years.
That shit, because it's like Rodney King and shit. But did they do anything? No, they never did shit up until now. Now they're like starting to like apologize and shit and kiss our ass because it's like they know they have to. They saw that they were rioting and shit. And they saw that if they don't treat us right, then we're gonna do shit. They're fucking jipping us off for so long and shit that now that they fucking got our souls with this fucking stimulus checks and shit like that. With our unemployment, they're fucking giving us being generous like they should have been like all along. It's like, come on, it's like people don't want to fucking struggle on purpose sometimes. It's just how shit is. It's like, but the U.S. is supposed to be like, the shit and this and that. It's like, how come it doesn't treat its people better?
Yeah.
That was the results. People rioted, people looted because they said, I mean, why did they loot? Psychology wise, if people had money and had shit, do you think they would loot?
No, I think they looted because everybody was pissed off. Everybody was pissed off about this cop in Minnesota killing this guy over what? You know what I mean? But no. That's literally, dude. They didn't just go out there and loot because nothing happened. They looted because of what? An important cause that's been happening for hundreds of years, man. Cops have been killing black people and people in general for over 100 years.
But
You know what I
like what
mean?
I think psychologically what happened was this is what like I think kind of went through people's heads and shit. Because like okay, remember what I was telling you about the iPhones and shit like that. Like like economically wise, I was talking. I don't know if I was talking to you about this, but I was talking about someone recently because I learned in like economics classes or like I don't know where the fuck. some kind of classes I took and shit. But they were teaching us about how merchandising and how like stores work and shit. Where what they do is like they overprice some shit to maybe double the price, so it covers that when people like the employees or fucking random people steal the shit, they don't have to worry about it because they're like someone else already bought that sweater because they charge double for what it's worth, you know, what they're supposed to sell. And that's how they cover their losses, you know. And then they get insurance and shit, and the insurance covers them too and shit like that, you know, whatever. However they work their magic, but that's what they do, you know. So like, you know, they have like surplus for shit like that. And they overcharge people like needlessly, you know, because they know people are gonna steal the shit. They know if you make something really nice and expensive, people are gonna want to steal that shit. You know, that's like basic economics, business 101. So how do you stop that? Like, how do you go from, you know, going broke from people stealing your shit? Is by charging double what it's worth, selling it to the public, and then you don't have to worry about robberies and shit. And then
Yeah.
whatever robbery that you do find, you're like, oh, the phone is tracked over there. I'm gonna go fucking, you know, whatever. And if they don't, then oh well, you know, someone else bought that shit for twice the amount, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's like they cover that shit. That's how the businesses like all that merchandising shit. That's how that shit works. That's why all these like, you know, Gucci, don't, you know, Gabbana and shit, like all that shit is worth a lot, and it's priced a lot because it gets stolen, you know, more than like other products, you know, more than Fila's and shit, more than fucking these other brands and shit, you know. So like my theory and why I think because of that and how they do business like that, that they're thinking like, oh yeah, we have to, you know, they're fucking charging people double what it's worth, so that's wrong. I mean, ethically, that's fucking wrong. You know, it's like you're selling people that shit that they don't need at twice the price. You know, so sorry, you're doing like fucking like three things wrong right there and shit. You know, like if you think ethics and shit, you know, because they teach you about business ethics and shit like that. You know, like price gouging and shit. That's the fucking term that they just invented and shit now. And so it's like that's what it is. You know, that's what they do. They price gouge, but nobody calls it that because it's, you know, fucking worth a lot. And so like not everybody buys it and shit. You know, but it's like all that, you know, causes people psychologically to want that shit. And when people can't afford that shit, they're still gonna want it, you know? And so one way or another, if they have that shit within their reach, they're gonna fucking go and grab that shit, you know, and they know that shit. They know people steal and shit and do that shit. So it's like, you know, all the shit that, you know, looting and shit, it's like people did it because, you know, they don't have it. You know, people like I'm pretty sure if you already have those nice things, you're not gonna go loot and risk going to jail over that shit. But these motherfuckers, they don't have that shit. That's why they're going in those stores and taking that shit because that's a symbol, like in itself, of the fucking oppression and of all the fucking all this injustice like going on with this country. That spoke for itself, you know. It's like people going in and looting all these rich ass stores because that's where all the shit's at. That's what they keep away from us, like poor people, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, of course, like people are gonna take that shit because it's like, you know what, fuck all this shit. You know, that's the whole problem with this whole system. That's a part of the system too. The merchandising and all that shit, that's a part of the problem, you know? Like how they fucking like, you know, it goes in hand with the news and shit. You see the news and you see commercials and shit. And commercials they fucking show nice shit like, oh yeah, the diamond earrings. Oh yeah, fucking whatever, you know? Robinson Brothers and shit. You know, it's like they show that shit because and they show like, oh yeah, the new Tesla is in and shit. Or the new fucking whatever it is in and shit. Go down and shit. You know, like stimulate use your stimulus checks on here and you get a discount and shit. It's like what the fuck? It's like people need that shit for rent and shit, you know?
Well, that's why they released that stimulus check, because
Yeah.
the government gave us that money because they need the economy at that time between the mid March to May 1st. They needed people to spend money at stores. Why? Because it just goes back into the economy. That's the main reason they gave us that stimulus check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, Okay, if the government was doing so well before, they're not gonna send us a stimulus check because they know we're already working.
It's
They know
because
we're gonna spend money. Like,
it's because that's the stock market shit. Like, yeah, that's what when I saw that shit, I didn't really understand that shit before. How the stock market kind of worked. I kind of knew it was basically based off of what people do and people buy and everything like that. But we spend and shit. These fools gamble and guess that okay, then the money's gonna go over here, and then they jump in on that shit and buy stocks on that shit.
yeah,
You know, but so I'm like when I saw this shit, is I learned that people control the stock market. It's not that these motherfuckers have control of the stock market. They just watch us and they just fucking go off us. So when we don't want to buy shit and we're not spending shit, they're suffering because they're like, oh fuck, they lost a lot of money. They bet on this shit, like trying to get our money and shit from this because I mean, all this money, all like trace this shit. You know how it goes. Okay, like you spend your dollar at the store, fucking you buy some shoes, then that dollar goes up to fucking the bank and shit because these people put it in the bank, and the bank takes it to like the Federal Reserve and shit, and the fucking president counts that shit, whatever the fuck.
now
And
the president has nothing to do with the money. That's a whole different. That's a whole. I think that's the Department of Treasury.
yeah, I know, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying like somebody counts the money.
yeah,
You know, not our president of the United States, but the president of all this shit going on, the money.
yeah.
Because the money is what is keeping everything going. And there's one like person that has to be, or like a group of people maybe, in charge of all that shit. But basically, it already has to go under one person because one person like can only be trusted. Because when you have a bunch of people lose track of shit, people forget shit, people die and shit, whatever. So you gotta have like one fool kind of like running it at a time and shit. I mean, that's what I see because then when you go and check it, that person checks it and then fucking makes business across the world and shit. Just like, all right, and fucking lets it out and shit. Because there's somebody always reviewing. There's always a boss up there that's reviewing what the other workers are doing and shit. So I mean, I don't think like all this shit. Like I don't know when all this shit happened. Like I don't think they expected half the shit. They didn't expect the fucking like everything that happened. I seen that like these motherfuckers got surprised and shit.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they had a plan to okay, we're gonna shut down the country. There's gonna be a pandemic and shit. If it was planned like that, right? And then we're gonna do this, and then the people are gonna just fucking fall in line. And we're gonna have them in their houses, and everything is gonna be cool. And if they want to start protesting or something, but what if they don't want to stay in the houses because we're keeping them there? Like, oh, well, then we're gonna make it worse or something, or some shit, and then they gonna say, okay, well, what about, once all that stuff's working? It's like, oh, well, we're just gonna try to do it this way. We're just gonna like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work, because that's what they always say. It's like, no, this is gonna work. It's gonna be like this, and that's gonna calm them down, and everything's gonna go back to normal. But when the fucking George Floyd shit happened, people started like protesting and shit, and then people like, because people were just home. They didn't expect people being home. They thought they were gonna like. They want us to just stay at home because they think they could just program us and just make us do shit. But then us, watching what's on the news and shit, and like people that don't even watch the news at all, like they see through that shit because they live in the real world and see, like, oh, what the fuck, like they're trying to make us think like this, or they're trying to say this and that. Like fuck that shit. Like now look it, they fucking got the cop. Like fuck that shit. Like they saw that shit on the internet, actually. On the internet, that's where I think that's what they didn't account for. The internet. That
yeah,
was their big mistake because the internet was their baby. They used that to control us. But now the internet, we're taking over the internet. Because the internet is us. So since the internet is us, we can control it. And so when we fucking show videos that we want to actually see, like it goes through to them, and they didn't expect that shit like that for us to see that type of shit and people to get mad. Like we see shit like all the time, but this time it was just too much. Because even like my girl, I mean, she's not in favor of like anything like that, or she's not political or anything. But when she saw that video of this fool getting kneeled on and shit, she got mad. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, like that pissed me off. Like, so why? Like, you know, it's because you I guess you relate to it because when you go through shit like that, like shit like that makes you mad because it's like it reminds you of all the times that they did shit like that to you. It's like me and my girl. I mean, so we both had like a lot of run-ins with the law, and they always treated us like crap and shit. You know, it's like we don't even take that shit serious. We don't take the cops serious because it's like now. You know, it's like we can because it's like, are you either gonna do something or not? You know, it's like most of the times they don't. You know, so it's like whatever. You know, it's like or they just try to fuck you over. You know, and try to like get you in trouble as much as they can. It's like before. You know, it's like why can't you just do your job and just just don't put extra shit to it.
Oh well, yeah. Some cops do that though. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of well, not a lot. I want to say there's a good amount of bad cops out there that make other cops look terrible. You know what I mean?
But nah, see, that's the thing. It's the good, bad cop shit, you know? Like, and the problem with that is that both those cops, like, when you see in the movie, good cop, bad cop, they're both doing the same shit. Like, all right, I guess I'm going to be the bad cop, you're going to be the good cop. All right. And they go in, but they're still doing the same shit. You know, it's like they're both the same. And that's the thing. It's like whenever I've gotten busted by the cops, there's always one that was cool. He was talking to me, oh, yeah, man, oh, so where you from? All right. You grew up around here? Or, yeah, they're talking to me, you know? But I don't know, the whole time that fool's just fucking just trying to pump me for information and shit. You know, just trying to feel me out like that. And I thought the whole time, like, oh, he's just a good cop. He's just trying to be cool with me and shit. But when this other bad cop comes in, he's like, oh, you're under arrest. You know, this and that. Stay still, motherfucker. Like, this fool's just there, just watching me. Just watching this other fool handle me like that. Like, what the fuck? I thought you were cool with me. Why don't you tell them, hey, take it easy, you know? Like, what the fuck? And they don't say shit. As much as they appear to be a good cop, they don't say shit. You know, they don't tell their partner, hey, back off. They just watch and let that fool do his thing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the fucked up part because it's like, that's why, like, I feel like, oh, like, you know, like, I don't like cops that much because, like, yeah, you know, like, I've had them, like, help me and shit before, you know, but, you know, that's when, like, you know, you're doing your job. But when it's other shit where it's like, oh, like, just because you think this guy's a criminal, because you're not guilty until, you know, or you're innocent until you're proven guilty, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of shit, but you gotta, like, go to court and then they decide there, too. That's when they decide if you're guilty or not, you know? It's not when the cop is arresting you and shit. He can't just, like, he just can collect the evidence. All right, I have to take you to jail, book you and shit. All right, let's go. But for them to be beating your ass like, oh, motherfucker, you fucking were speedy and shit, or you're fucking what the fuck, or whatever. Like, they're just beating that fool's ass and shit. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you could just arrest the dude, you know, and, like, once you got him, you know?
Well, yeah, that's a bad cop though, because I know somebody that's actually a cop, and the dude's not even a dick or anything. You know what I mean? But he does explain that because I've talked to him a few times. But he's saying there is bad cops out there. You know what I mean? It's not, and they don't play a game. You know what I mean? It's not like where they rehearse. Oh yeah, I'm gonna act like a good cop. Nah, it's just you got good people, and then you have bad people. Huh?
Did he ever report them?
He got moved to a different department, or he got moved to a different station because he reported somebody that was doing wrongdoings. Because he said that he had a partner that.
And then what did he do about that?
What do you mean? He got the other guy.
Do the shit like, hey, I reported them. They retaliate because that's retaliation.
It's retaliation. But that other guy got the other guy got suspended on leave. Like he got suspended and then came back and then they had some beef. So he ended up just transferring out of that department because he's like, fuck this. I'm not gonna fucking deal with it. You know what I mean? So and that's because he said his partner ended up throwing shit for a homeless person. I guess they were asking this homeless person what they were doing in a certain area, and then his partner ends up putting cuffs on the homeless person when the homeless person wasn't doing anything wrong. So then the guy I know, he ended up telling the guy like, hey, this is not even necessary, you know what I mean? But he ended up reporting him to his chief. You know what I mean?
Nah,
He
I
got
think
suspended and
for
shit like that.
shit like that, the cop should be fired, not suspended. Because that's the thing. It's like that's why they feel like, oh, they can do this shit. Because when you went to school, like see, like when you're placing someone in arrest and you're putting the handcuffs on them, that's already some shit. That means you're under arrest and shit. You know, that means they're detaining you and shit. You know.
Yeah. But I
Like
think
people do
if
they
he
do
would
it.
have murdered that homeless person, that would have been an automatic
Okay,
firing.
like
But
say I go up, like someone goes up to you in the middle of the street and decides to restrain you with handcuffs and shit.
well,
Isn't that like
that's different though because that person's not legally obliged to arrest me. You know what I mean? If a cop does that, then I'm gonna fight that shit and be like, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you putting cuffs on me? Now, if you're saying if a random person came up to me, that's totally different.
but what is that called though when you do that shit? Isn't that like a form of kidnapping? When you fucking
Ooh,
like
I don't know. No, that's I don't think it's kidnapping because kidnapping would be transporting somebody without their consent to a different
yeah.
location. That's
But I
kidnapping.
thought kidnapping was something like that. It's something where you can't like restrain someone. It was like it's part of that binding. You bound someone, I guess. Is that what they call it?
I haven't
Like,
heard that one.
you tie him. Like it's like they say, oh, he was gagged and tied, or gagged and bound, and kidnapped. You know, so those are terms that they use. Like it's like a form like, oh, you got assaulted and shit, but they say you got gagged and bound. When you get bound, that means you were tied up. So when you get handcuffed, that's like a form of tying somebody up against their will. So if a cop is doing that to somebody that didn't deserve it, if someone like a normal person were to go to jail for that shit, see that's the thing. It's like cops. There's a thing like there's just something where people think that cops have special treatment. Like oh, it's a cop, but nah. That's the point of this whole the whole Black Lives Matter is that they matter because it's like yeah, the cops have a job to do, but they have a way to do it, and they do stuff that they're not supposed to. That's like, in any other job, it's like if you work at McDonald's and you fucking keep somebody's change or some shit, or you give somebody like, you jack somebody's chain or whatever the fuck, you jack some people there, you're gonna get fired. You know
Yeah,
what I
cause
mean?
that's called theft though.
Or
So
if you
like let's say I'm at McDonald's, right? And then somebody fucking is walking and I push them, right? I'll get either sent home from work and then they'll put it on my record, or they'll suspend me and then give me another shot by coming in. Like
okay,
it's always a three strike process. So
but like
that works for cops too because
but nah, but see, the thing about cops is cops know the law. Cops know what they can and can't do. They go through all that training, and I don't think that they would give them insufficient training.
what
And
do you mean?
they would,
They do give them insufficient training. What are you talking about? Dude,
yeah,
why is it that in the army you have to go to boot camp for so many weeks and then you start more training, right? Why is it cops? They only go to a certain amount of training and then that's it. They're ready to go. In the
but
army and military,
they
it's
have to
so
take,
much different.
but they have to take tests and stuff. See,
Yeah,
like that.
but they don't. It's a one time thing. It's a one time thing for cops. For cop training, it's anybody could be a cop. All you need is what your high school
I mean,
diploma, and
I'm
that's
pretty
it.
sure you have to have like a handbook that they read, and then they have to answer most of those questions right. It's not
Oh yeah, but anybody
because the
look.
people answer.
If you wanted to, you can go and apply to be a cop.
Yeah,
I can
but
go and apply to
that's
be
what
a
I'm saying.
cop.
Like,
But
they
it's
have to
that
be
easy though.
can't just like if they put the handcuffs on you, they have to say they're detaining you and for what reason.
They do
They
have to
can't
tell you that.
go
Yeah.
and put handcuffs on somebody and just because they want to, like, all right, buddy, let's go. Like they can't do that because, like, see, if it was someone like us normal doing that, like someone, like, going and like bounding someone like that, like handcuffing somebody like randomly against their will, we would get in trouble, and but I think because a cop is a cop and he's supposed to be like a form of justice, that when they break that and they do something unethical and they like arrest this fool just because he wanted to, that's abuse of power, and I think that should be punishable by termination because they're supposed like they have a really important job to do. I think like I don't discount cops or look like that, but I think they have an important role in society as far as um, keeping people safe, keeping the community safe. Because if people don't feel safe with the cops, they're not going to trust them, and then shit gets fucked up because of that. Because
Yeah.
we should be able to like, the cops are there to help us, and we should be able to trust them, and them trust us to like, like they should be able to recognize, like, see everybody like, oh, not everybody's a threat. Like there can be threats, but you can't think about it like that because if you think about it like that, you're gonna be trigger happy. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm on the floor. I see a gun. I see a gun. He has a gun, and that fool just has like a fucking brush in his hand or something.
Yeah.
Like, because that's happened, that's what's happened. People like, oh, they use an excuse, or maybe they're looking for an excuse, or they know it's not a gun, but they think, oh, well, I thought it was a gun, so they let him go because, oh, I really thought it was a gun. If you look at it, it looks like a toy. It's not my fault.
Yeah,
Like,
but also put yourself in that cop's shoes though. What if what if you thought it was a brush, but it was actually a gun, and then he shot you and killed you?
well, you have to look at it. That's part
That's
of
what I'm saying.
training.
You gotta look at it both
You have to
ways.
look at it.
Like I've had maybe 10 to 15 run-ins with the cops, and I've only had maybe one bad situation with the cop, and it wasn't even bad.
Well, I mean, like right now, everyone has body cams, and see, like, okay, like, what about, for example, the Wild Wild West, right? Back then, everybody had a gun, and the cops too had guns, but nobody tripped on each other because they had a gun. Like, they had it right here. Everyone knew they had a gun, so everyone knew, like, they're peacekeepers. They're like, oh, that's what they call them. So my peacekeeper, because they use that, like, because since everybody had a gun, if anybody acted out, everybody would shoot that motherfucker or some shit. Like, oh no, you
Yeah.
can't.
But how
Same
do you
thing.
know that's true though?
I mean, you see it in like old documentaries and old pictures and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
you see
but
people with
like
posters.
to be honest, how do we know that's real? Because people can make shit up. You know what I mean? Like even in the Wild Wild West, there's no technology. How do we know those people that shot other people? You know what I mean? And said, "Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
that person was a robber. Or they were doing bad." How do we know they're telling the truth?
oh yeah. I
You know
mean
what I
that
mean?
too.
That's why. That's why. Like
What I'm
with
talking about is that like everybody in the population pretty much had a gun holstered, and nobody like tripped and shit. Like the cops, the sheriffs, I mean, were there and they had their guns, but they weren't like, oh, hey, he has a gun, he has a gun, I have to protect, because they had their own guns too, and they had to be like quick to use that shit. They had to like be real like sheriffs and shit, real like like whatever, because I don't think they had cops, they had like sheriffs, I guess, or something.
yeah,
They had guns, so they would ride on horses and shit. And like same with like because like in Mexico it was like that too. They had like the cowboy era and shit where everyone would, I mean, it's still like that, but I mean, nobody really trips on somebody with a gun. Like, if you see, like, if you don't have a gun, you see somebody with a gun, they're like, have that at the waist, you're most likely not gonna fuck with that person or try to make that person angry at you or some shit. So it's like, if cops see somebody with a gun, like, like if they're waving around, that's something. But like, if it's like, like you don't know if it's a toy or some shit, you gotta be like, you gotta have that train, like, hey, put that shit down. What is that? Let me see it. Like that's the training of the cop. Because like, oh, all right, it's my gun. Well, put it away or some shit. If he doesn't put it away, then fuck, he wants trouble or some shit. But you shouldn't like, be like, hey, stop, he's running away, pat, shoot him in the back and shit. It's like, what the fuck, like.
Well,
Like
why is he running away though? What
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
do you
He can't
mean?
get
Hey, what do you mean it doesn't matter? What if he's a
because he can get
child
away with
predator?
cops.
Hey,
Cops are.
what if he's raping people? Like you don't know, man. I mean, there's always another perspective to it.
I know, but if he's raping people, he still can't fucking shoot the guy. You know, like and just fucking kill him.
Okay,
You
now
know, he has to
what if
stand trial and shit. You know,
yeah,
he's
but then you gotta put yourself like, what if he raped somebody you know? What if it would have been your old lady? Not to say it will happen, but I'm saying you got to
I
think
mean,
about it.
cops though, like yeah, that's a different thing. But cops, if a cop and someone's raping their lady, like shit, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fucking shoot that fool. That's what I'm saying. It's like they won't hesitate to do that shit, you know. But like if it's somebody else's wife getting raped and they have to defend them, you know, like I mean, they don't have to kill him. Like they don't have that will to like, oh, I have to kill this motherfucker.
Well, I'm
They have
saying
to keep
if he's
going.
running away from police, I mean,
Police have to
the
chase him,
cops are gonna do what they got to do.
but you have to chase him because you can't just fire somebody. You know, like that shit could ricochet or some shit. It's like they have to think. They train them to think like that. You know, it's like so like it's not always an option to shoot. So it shouldn't always be an option to shoot. You know, it should always be like, oh, that's like the last thing that you have to do, and it's like, oh, because it's like you have to be able to like, you know, be able to sense the danger. I guess you know, like you just have to like, you know, that's why it's important for the cops to get along with people because if there's so much hostility towards the cops aren't gonna know who to trust. You know, and so it's like. You know, it's like it goes. It's just bad all around. I think you know, it's not like it's just bad training. I think like you know, it's just like to train the cops to think like everyone's a criminal. You know, like because even the law says like you know innocent until proven guilty. So it's like when someone's get arrested, they have to be treated like they're innocent until they stand trial and they find out that he's guilty. You know, that's to me that's what it means. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but I mean, that's what the words say. It's like proven innocent until proven guilty. You know, and then taking you to jail. It's like like they have the evidence and shit, but they don't technically count you as guilty until you go to trial. I mean, that's my understanding.
Yeah, I think it's you're guilty until you prove that you're innocent. That's how I think of it
Nah,
because
I think
yeah,
innocent.
no, I'm saying with like the cops because obviously if you're innocent, the cop doesn't know that. That's why they take you to court. That's why you have to see a judge, and then the judge has to review everything that happened, and then you're proven innocent. You know what I mean? That's how it usually goes. Because if you're innocent until proven guilty, why do you have to wait in a jail cell? Why do you have to see a judge? That means you're
I mean,
not innocent, right? That literally means you're not innocent.
part of the system. That's how they get money out of you. You know, that's money right there. You know, that's not because like see technically they shouldn't put you like that. If they arrest you for something and book you, that's different than when you go to jail because then like if they're holding you for like say murder and like I think that's something different. You know, it's like oh like you got caught at a murder scene. You know, maybe it was the wrong place, wrong time. But you like it still kind of applies like innocent to proven guilty because even like there's been a lot of people that have been accused of murder, but they're still like fucking like they're rich or whatever, so they don't go to jail. They just fucking go to the trials and shit, pay their bail and shit, and like you know it's like you know it's bullshit because they still get let free, you know, but it's only because they have money that they're able to like save themselves, you know.
Oh yeah, but in order to get a bail, they go to jail first, and then they pay the bail, and then they get out. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, but I mean I think because they have to like book you and they have to take your information because
Yeah.
maybe you're not cooperating or whatever, but
No, but that's what I'm
like when
saying. If you were innocent until proven guilty, why do they take you to the station? Why do they
that's what I'm
book
saying.
you?
But system
That's
because
what
they're
no, no.
trying
But I'm saying that's how I see it. You're guilty until proven innocent. Because if you're innocent until proven guilty, you would be able to go home. They would schedule you a court
I
date.
think that's why you get lawyers, because I think that's where it is. Like they can't. That's why when people get lawyers, like you say, like oh yeah, they went to jail and shit like that, or something they didn't do, is because they didn't have a lawyer and they couldn't argue that innocent until proven guilty shit. Because that's what the lawyer does. Um, that's why you have to be able to like be able to like oh that yeah I'm not like you can't admit shit to the cops. You can't admit nothing. It's better just like that's why I say just stay silent. You have the right to remain silent and shit, and the right to an attorney and shit. So you shut the fuck up first, then you get a lawyer because you might not know how to handle your situation. So that's what like those people that like went through that shit. I think that's why because the cops do that. I think there's just like yeah. I think the law it says you're innocent until proven guilty. You know, and so like the cops try to make it you're guilty until you prove it innocent, so they treat you guilty. And that's what I'm saying is like the law already says something for a reason. The law says innocent until proven guilty. Why? Because nobody like say because you could be innocent. And if you're innocent, it's like better for someone to be innocent and then found guilty than someone to be innocent. Oh no, let me get that. I got that backwards. It's better for someone to be guilty and then, that they find them guilty later, that they're innocent, but then they find them guilty better than to be innocent and they're treating him like he's guilty already. Like, I don't know if you get what I mean. It's like
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
so it's like, to me, that's why you get lawyers and shit because that, if a lawyer sees like, oh, well, dude, there's nothing that proves that linking you to the shit. I think unless you're directly linked and you have like blood on you and shit like that, then yeah, they're probably gonna hold you because like, hey, you're fucking looking pretty guilty and shit. You're like, this is kind of proof that you're guilty. But I think you can still pay your bail, and then leave the jail, even if like they have all this shit like that. Like if you have money, you can pay your bail, and like unless the judge says like, oh, no, you know what, you gotta be held with no bail and shit. Because you might be a flight risk or something.
Yeah.
And so they start putting extra shit like that. But if you're not and you have a lot of money and you've been accused of murder, I'm pretty sure you could pay your bill. Like these motherfuckers, no? The
Yeah,
fucking
it's true.
cops, like they're accessories to murder. I don't know what the fuck, but they pay their bill and they're out and about.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what it is. It's like you're innocent until you're proven guilty. So I don't know if they're still gonna go to trial, no?
Yeah, they're supposed to be
But
going to trial.
so see, because they're the law. They know the law. They get the benefits of the law. They like that's the thing. You're innocent until proven guilty. So that's why they're not in jail no more. Even though they went through that shit.
What? No, no, no.
Yeah.
Actually, no, no. The main guy that killed George Floyd, he's been in jail. Yeah, he's been in
Yeah.
jail the whole time. But the other three guys, I don't think they're in jail only because they're not the ones that committed the murder, but they're going to trial for accessory to murder or some shit like that.
I think there's special cases in the cases where they have actual video of someone committing a murder, like, and that's just like everywhere, like on the news, on the internet. And I think that's like a special case because it's like the people rule you guilty because they see you like and they're calling you a murderer because you're saying that even though it has to go to a judge, it's like already like the world already trying to judge you and that's already proof that you're guilty because you're killing someone on camera. So it's like that's already kind of proof. I think that's why, like I think that's why there's cases where it always could be held without bail and stuff because it's like it's without a doubt that you're already guilty, but you have to go through trial and have to declare you guilty and you have to go through the process. It's just delays and shit. It's just money. So if they fucking whatever, people get paid and shit. For all that shit.
Oh yeah.
All the fucking lawyers, all the fucking representatives and shit, they all get paid. Everybody at the court and shit, they don't just show up there and do nothing. They get paid. Do some more. I've been doing some recently and shit, but
Yeah, I've been checking some of your episodes out, man. Pretty crazy shit. Sorry about your loss. You had a homie that passed away a while back,
yeah,
right?
yeah, he's fucking Jared, man. Yeah, that was a fucking tough one and shit, man. Like when I heard about that, man, that's like a conversation for another day, you know.
Yeah, we gotta get
Yeah,
into it.
yeah. I mean, I like I like doing that shit because it's like I don't know, it just kind of like kind of gives like a view into like like my life a little bit and shit, and just kind of like shit going on, just like because I feel like a lot of pages just been happening, so I just feel like I have to talk about like whatever the fuck is going on or whatever I'm thinking about. It's kind of like a journal and shit,
It's
like
perfect, man. I mean, that's why I started the podcast too, just to explain to people and whoever wants to listen, or whatever. But I want to get the shit out there because, hey, there's people out there that going through some shit, and what makes them feel better is listening to somebody else's fucking problems and listening to that person be real. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's why you got a podcast. You know what I mean? Two blown for TV. Shout out Two Blown for TV. And you know what I mean? Like podcasting has been helping me get shit off my mind. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
great, man. I mean, keep doing it, dude. I keep checking on your fucking podcast every other day, dude. Cause I'm like, when is he gonna come out with a new one? I'm like, he needs to come out with a new episode. Let's do it.
I've been doing it slowly and shit because sometimes I just like I don't even get time. I'm just with my family all the time,
Yeah, dude.
and it's not out and shit. So it's just like,
Hey, you know what you got to do is set up your phone. You know what I mean? And then when you're talking to your lady, put that shit on the pod. Let her know, hey, if you guys are talking about something, put it on a podcast, man. Or even
yeah, I
with
was
your
thinking
kids.
about doing
Hey,
it too, but
if you start hearing your little boy talking, record that shit because there's no fucking podcast. And this is actually a great idea. There's no podcast where you hear little kids just saying shit and they don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Put them on a podcast. Be like, don't even say shit. Just have them rambling on, man. Because you know what?
that's why I need
Hey,
a fucking YouTube channel and shit. But
yeah, dude. Hey,
I
come
don't
up with a
know
YouTube
shit.
channel.
I get sketched out of that shit.
Nah, don't. Hey, don't even sketch out with that shit. You know why? Because YouTube, dude, their shit is so protected now. Like they're all about the kids, you know what I mean? Because all this child trafficking and all that shit, YouTube is like on fucking high security, man. Believe me, like when I download my videos on YouTube, like you got to go through a questionnaire like, "Oh, does this have any children in it?" Blah blah blah. If you violate these policies of the Child Act, they'll fucking report you to the government, man. So I mean, YouTube, yeah, YouTube's on. They're trying to prevent child trafficking and all that shit. You know what I mean? So, hey, stop being so sketchy though. You gotta let loose sometimes, man.
Not bad, but it's like once you like people see your face, then it's like don't
Ah,
recognize you.
hey, everybody knows who you are already, dog. You don't gotta worry about that shit. Everybody's watching us. Hey, everybody's watching us.
But yeah, I mean, shit, it feels my life isn't really like out there like that. I kind of keep my life private and shit. It's like it's whatever. But yeah,
Understandable.
I used to want to kind of like be like more like do videos for like that. Like I was thinking about doing this shit with my girl, like conversation and shit,
Dude,
like the conversations that we have sometimes. Because I mean, we have good conversations, but I don't know. I just feel like
hey, nah, those are the videos I watch the most, like
most
on,
people I think want to do that shit. Like
dude,
now,
yeah. Hey, there's a few couples on Facebook that go live and they just legit have a conversation with their husband or their wife. And dude, that shit fucking interests me a lot because I notice you'll see a perfect couple, you're like, oh man, these people are pathetic. They're too perfect. And then they start disagreeing with each other, and you're like, what? Let me go get some popcorn. You know what I mean? Because just to see the disagreement, it's just like, man, you look at them, they look perfect, but they're not perfect. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah, gosh, that shit happens a lot, man.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, start doing that. Start your YouTube. Get your lady involved in your podcast because you don't. Hey, she probably has so much interesting shit to talk about, and just for her to start talking about it, it might make her feel a lot better, man.
Nah, she's not like that. So
Hey, you say that now. Hey, you say that now. You never know.
her like low key. She just like when we're just talking after the record like that. She's not really like I don't know. She's just like her own person. She's not like really like oh like some people are good at like like being hosts and shit. They're good
Yeah.
at like being on the radio. Like oh yeah, so today we're gonna do that. But some people just aren't. They're just like they're not like that. They're like oh it's just they're only them. They can't act like anything else. They're just like oh
Yeah.
they go on camera like that. They're just them. They're just do them and they just I don't know. That's how I feel like my lady is. She's just like she just does her own thing and like without worrying what other people think and shit. She watches people on YouTube and shit, so she knows all about that. So like if she wanted to make something, like I'm pretty sure she could, but like she's not. I don't know. It's just weird out there. Just record her like we're just talking, like just secretly record her and shit. Just fucking post that shit.
Do it. I can't wait. Hey, and with the Anchor app, it makes it look fucking easy, right? It's fucking easy.
I don't know if that's illegal because shit.
I mean, hey, you guys are married. Hey, it's on you. Hey, that it's not about legal or illegal. It's about if you want to get your ass beat up by your wife. That's all it is, man.
Because there's a lot of stuff like couple wise, like I don't think we're like a good example as a couple at all. But we're well, I mean like a good example, but like we are like an example of a couple that like how would you say it? They're just I don't know, willing to go like the higher ground, I guess. Because like I mean, every couple goes through this shit, like fucking fight or like they steep low and shit. But I mean, like it just depends on like what you want from your partner, I guess. Because some people want to like control their partner, or I don't know what the fuck. But with us, it's just we just want to be happy, We just like that's what we do, We just try to like work on things to make each other happy, like try not to argue and stuff. Like yeah, sometimes we get disagreements, sometimes our emotions get to us or whatever, but we always talk it out, We always like just talk about it real, So, I don't know, maybe I'll get something in there some one of these days.
Get it done, man. All right, man. Thanks for being on the podcast. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that was my boy, 2blownn. Check out his podcast, 2blownn for TV, on Spotify and the Anchor.fm app. That's gonna be it for the Not So Slick Opinion podcast, season 2, episode 3. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Remember, stay positive and just take everything slow. All right. I'm your boy Slick Rick. Deuces.